Have you ever wondered how to get into ketosis in 24 hours? Have you questioned if it's even possible? Well, it actually is possible. We live in a day and age where instant gratification is king of the house. We all want things to happen now, and waiting isn't something we're accustomed to anymore. But that's okay when it comes to ketosis. I hadn't really thought about it until someone asked me if it was possible to get into ketosis fast. It was one of those moments where I had to pause and think. And then I did some research and found out that it is possible to get into ketosis in 24 hours, but it also takes a lot of work. Not to mention, you have to know what pitfalls to avoid in order to get into ketosis fast. Can't get into ketosis? Read this to see if you might be having some of these issues and learn how to correct them. First, let's go over some basics. What is the keto diet? If you do a search in Google, you'll find tons of posts that will tell you that a keto diet is one where someone eats a high-fat, moderate protein, and low-carb diet. The ratios vary based on the individual, but the consensus is that you want to eat less than 20 grams of net carbs or 5% of your total caloric intake. This can vary based on who you talk to or where you're reading your information. The overall consensus is that you need to eat really low carbs in order to get into ketosis. But this is where things get hairy also. Not everyone follows the same rules or believes the same things. One thing I can say is that as a woman we're completely different when it comes to the keto diet. The female body is widely affected by our hormones, and when you decrease the number of carbs it can throw the body into a frenzy. As women, we have to be really careful going into ketosis because it can have a large effect on our bodies. Check out how here. You can avoid this, but if you're wanting to get into ketosis fast, then I would caution you to just be careful. Eating well on the keto diet, you can't live on processed meats, cheese, and heavy cream when you're starting a keto diet. You need to eat vegetables to keep things healthy. If you're not sure what foods you can eat, then I would suggest you check out the keto food list I created to help you in the beginning. You need to eat fewer carbs to get into ketosis, but I never ever suggest eating no vegetables or fruits. How you normally get into ketosis under normal circumstances, you try to keep your carbs below 30 grams net carbs, sometimes lower. Or even start lowering your carbs slowly to get into ketosis. Most people will use heavy cream, cheese, and fatty meats to hit their fat numbers, but I actually disagree with this after having done it. You'll start to feel shitty, and that's the last thing you'd want to experience. Instead, I tell people to focus on fatty meats, low-carb veggies, like lettuce, kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli and cauliflower, and some keto-friendly fruits, like berries. You'll want to keep your carbs on the low end, but also make sure you're getting enough calories too. Steps you'd normally take: track your ketone levels with a ketone monitor or ketone urine strips. Keep your carbs low, aim for less than 30 grams net carbs. Keep on top of your electrolytes, make sure you eat your fat. Olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, etc. Your protein intake should be moderate, so really keep an eye on that. If you're hungry, drink water to make sure you're not dehydrated. Drink water anyways because you're losing lots of water rather than retaining it. Now eat enough food so you're not accidentally starving yourself due to old habits. If you don't eat enough, you won't go into ketosis. If you don't eat enough fat, you won't get into ketosis. Also, if you eat a lot of protein, you can keep yourself out of ketosis. I know. It seems like a whole lot of crap to remember, but it's kind of simple. Basically, do this. Test your